Hey, what's up you guys? It's Amber back again with another Sims 4 speed build. Today I'm doing a tiny home that has like a lot of plants, and a lot of gardening, and I think it turned out really well. I actually think it's really cute, if I do say so myself. So I wanted to do this kind of like a trailer style home with a loft. If you look at a lot of tiny homes, a lot of them have that loft area, like where you sleep. And obviously in Sims it's a little bit harder to do it that way, but I did kind of do it a little bit. It's not as open as it would be in like a real tiny home, and also since I did have to add another story, the proportions kind of look a little bit different on the outside, but I think it still looks pretty cute. So just starting off, have this nice wraparound porch. I didn't want to make it too wide. I wanted to keep it kind of trailer like, and I ended up shortening it a bit because the proportions look kind of funny when I was trying to do the window and the door. And then, so I don't understand why every time the default for that roof type is to be so freaking tall. Like nobody is ever going to have it that tall. It just looks ridiculous. I don't know why that always happens. So I ended up cutting out some stuff in this build. I was messing around with the roof a little bit. I struggle with the roofs, guys. Like that is my biggest struggle in Sims 4, like building, is the roofs. And I'm trying to think what else. I think that's like my biggest one, is the roofs. Like just trying to figure out how they should be in order to look the way I want them to look. But yeah, so I did cut out quite a bit of that, and this is what I ended up with, that little porch area, and I think it looks really cute. Yeah. So I have been doing the Harry Potter build series, or I started it. I haven't like really done anything else on it. I tried to do the common room, and I got frustrated because it just wasn't working out, and so I decided to kind of step back from that a little bit. I'm still going to keep doing it, but I wanted to mix in like regular videos as I do it, just so it's not like overloaded with Harry Potter. Like I wouldn't mind that, but I know some people don't like Harry Potter, so I wanted to mix it up and do some other stuff, and also so I don't just get so like boggled down and I guess kind of bored. I mean, it wouldn't be boring to me, but just doing the same thing over and over again, and especially when it's something that I have to make look like something else, it can be a bit tedious, and I do get a bit finicky with it. And so it's just going to take me a little bit of time. I think the next one that I'll probably do will be number 4, Privet Drive. I've already like taken a lot of pictures for that one. Taken them. I haven't taken the pictures, but I've Googled what it looks like, and I've saved the pictures. And so I think I'm going to do that one next, because I think it'll be a little bit easier than the common room. What I was struggling with that was like the layout of it, because it should be round because it's a tower, but in the movies it's not round. Like it's clearly like rectangular, which is weird to me. But so all of the like images I have in trying to make everything look right with like the windows and like the fireplace and everything, it just wasn't working out, so I just quit doing it. But I will come back to it eventually. Just wanted a little bit of a break. Also, I do have another video that I have completely edited. I just have to do the voiceover for it. And I'll leave it a bit of a surprise. I did somebody's home from Cartoon Network. So a show on Cartoon Network, I did the house for it. And the reason why I haven't like finished it yet or uploaded it yet is because I hate it. Because I think it is so ugly. But it's so accurate to the show. And like when I look at pictures from the show, I'm like, okay, this is it, but it's so freaking ugly. And I was like mad at it because, you know, it looks right, but it looks so wrong at the same time. Like it's just not good. And so I took a step back from that as well, and I went ahead and recorded this build because I knew it would be something that I would like and something that I can make look nice. And I wanted to put out something that looked nice along with the characterized build of that cartoon home, because it's just not good. Like you're not going to want to download it, you're not going to want to live in it. I mainly just did it because I thought it would be fun and I thought it would be a challenge, and it was. And it was fun. And I did really enjoy doing it. It was just when I was looking at it, I like editing it and everything, I'm just sick of it. Like, it's just so bad. But yeah, y'all will see that soon because I will go ahead and I think I'm going to upload these at the same time. I wanted to do both of them at the same time because you'll have something cute, something pretty, and then something that's just a little bit more fun, a little bit more characterized. And I mentioned that I don't like to do like suburban type homes. I don't like to do like typical builds. I don't really see this one as typical either because it is kind of like a tiny home kind of build. And the one that I just did too, the characterized one, is definitely not your typical build. So I wanted to give you a little bit of something that was playable. I mean, this is definitely playable. So yeah, I just want to like, I didn't want to overwhelm y'all with like, here's Hagrid's hut, here's this Cartoon Network house, like, yeah. So I wanted to do this, and also just to kind of remind myself that I can do pretty looking things as well. But yeah, so moving on to the inside. Obviously, this is a tiny home, so it is a little bit cramped. It's really not bad. I would almost consider this like a starter home, except it's like way nicer than a starter home. But yeah, I mean, the kitchen's a bit small. There's not really a dining area. I did put a dining table in, but it's just kind of there. And then the living area is pretty big. I mean, it's not bad. None of it's really bad. But it is just a little bit more cramped than maybe you would prefer. But, you know, in my mind, people who live here aren't going to want to be inside most of the time anyway, because they like to be outdoors and naturey, stuff like that. I wish I had Jungle Adventure because I know they have a lot of really cool plants and like wall plants and stuff like that. But I don't have it. That's like the next one that I want. Like, I really want it. I keep waiting for it to go on sale. Like, I know it's on sale, but I want like a better deal. So I keep waiting for that. Just like right there with the fridge. Oh my god, it drives me crazy how this one fridge is like correct height for the cabinets, but the rest of them aren't. And I hate this fridge because it's gray, and I want it to be white so bad. But every time I click on it, I'm like, okay. I guess I'll use you. Like, I hate it. I hate this freaking fridge, but it's the only one that fits with those cabinets. And this is the only way it looks like not so weird with the upper cabinets. In Sims 3, I used to never do upper cabinets. I would never do them. And I realized like how weird that is because in real life, obviously, we have upper cabinets, but you know, whatever. I just did whatever I wanted. I also like recently just started remembering to put in the toilet paper roll. I used to not do that either, but I mean, I'm good about it now, but I used to like just not. So I wanted like a really open living area where you can like talk to each other and stuff like that. And I really like this layout, but it just didn't work because it's not big enough, and I wanted to have a dining table. And also I wanted to maybe put a TV in there. That's what I'm doing here, is like searching for a TV stand. But I don't know. I didn't like having the TV on that wall with the window. And also I usually don't put TVs in my builds anyway, like whenever I'm playing in real life, just because I feel like they take up room and I don't use them. Like, they're an easy way to get your fun up and to sometimes like learn skills. But other than that, I just don't use them really. And I do other things to get my fun up, I guess. I just feel like it's a waste of time, which says something about real life and watching TV all the time. But anyway, yeah, so I didn't put a TV in here. If you wanted to, obviously there is room for one. I just didn't really want to cover up that window, and I didn't feel like it needed one, so I didn't put one in here. I put a bookcase instead. That's kind of like how I try to live my life. I'm like, okay, no TV, let's put a bookcase in here so I'll read. So my Sims will read and not watch TV, but in real life it's like, doesn't really work out that way most of the time. So yeah, I try to put a lot of plants in here. One of my biggest pet peeves when I watch builds is simmers who will put the same plant like 5 times. Maybe 5 isn't an exaggeration. Like 3 times or something. Like repeated plants, the same plant all over their build. I'm like, dude, nobody would ever have the same like plant like 3 different rooms in their house. Like, nobody would ever do that. It's not realistic to me. And also, I don't think anybody ever has that many plants anyway. I feel like a lot of times if there's just like an empty corner, you're like, okay, I'm just gonna put a plant there. And I mean, it works and it makes sense, but in real life, like, we never have that many plants. I've never owned an indoor plant before. I've wanted to, but I just don't know where to even start for that. You know what I mean? But in Sims, it's like, okay, there's an empty space, just put a plant there. But it drives me crazy when it's the same plant over and over and over again. And I'm like, okay, you need to not do that. I think like James is like really bad about that. And like, I'll watch him and I'm just like, oh my God, like, please stop. Please stop with the plant. But anyway, yeah, I did want to fill up this house with plants though, because that's like the thing. It's like the theme of the build is they have a lot of plants. And so I did obviously want to fill up this build with a lot of plants. So I put a lot of plants in there, but I made sure they were different ones. In the bathroom, I actually really like this bathroom. I kind of thought about putting in a bathtub, but it would have been a bit too cramped. So I left it a bit more open and adding the shower and then this little sink counter area. And again, I did think about doing like a double vanity, but there's only one bedroom here. And, you know, maybe it's like a couple staying here and they want two sinks, but I think way too much about my reasoning behind why I do things in Sims. I'm like, okay, I'm going to put curtains because they need privacy, or, you know, I'm going to do two sinks because there's two of them, or, you know, whatever. I just thought it looked better with one sink, honestly. I mean, but behind that, there's a lot more thought that goes into it. But yeah, I did like this bathroom. I like the color theme and everything. I used this like avocado diarrhea throw up color throughout the house because it's green, and I wanted to keep it pretty simple and neutral, but also still have that like earthy vibe to it. So I did end up using this kind of light green shade everywhere. It's a little bit different in the bathroom, but it's still like the same tone. But whatever. I mean, I thought it looked nice. This is like one of my favorite rooms too. I love this bed and I just never use it because it's a bit extravagant, but I feel like in a loft area, I feel like it works really well because it's got like the privacy curtains and you can pull them over. Like, I don't know. I mean, like, why would you need privacy if it's a one bedroom? But you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like if somebody's visiting and your bed's a mess, you just pull the curtains out or something. I don't know. I just think it looks nice and I wanted to use it. And I thought it went well with the color scheme. Excuse me. But yeah, so bedroom is pretty simple, pretty chill. It's, you know, there's dresser, and then I ended up putting a desk in here as well. But I did really enjoy this build. I thought it turned out really nice. And then I went back with my sim just to make sure, like I do this with every single build, even if it's a larger home, just because there are some things I put in with move objects I'm like not sure if Sims can get around it or not. So I did go back and check and make sure that everything is playable, and it is. So you can play this house. You can play this house. Everything is playable. You can do everything. And I will put this on the gallery for you to download. It will be called Tiny Home Garden. I mean, the title doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but I'm thinking about doing more tiny homes. I mean, obviously I'm going to do more tiny homes because I mean, it's just kind of fun and it's easy. I mean, this took me a long time just because I'm really picky and how I want things to be a certain way, but I don't know. I mean, I'm going to do more, definitely. I tried doing one. There's one actually across the street from here. I don't know. You may be able to see it at some point. It's a bit more modern. I tried doing like a 5x5 and then have like a pool around it. But I just wasn't feeling it, man. Like the past like couple builds I've done, I just haven't really felt them. So I needed to do something that was going to pump me back up. And I knew that this one would because it's just cute and it's fun and it's something interesting to do. I like it when I can put a lot of little details and stuff. But yeah, so I will be doing more of these. I kind of wanted to start a Cartoon Network build series where I do different homes from like Cartoon Network, like Timmy Turner's house. What else is there? Like I tried Googling it. And there's really none others that I would want to do. There's like Powerpuff Girls. Oh, Dexter's Lab. That would be fun, but that would be like way too much. You know what I mean? Like I'd have to do a whole ass lab or something. Like that's too much. But I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to stick with the one build because I hate it so much. And I know that I'm going to hate the other ones too because it's, you know, it's cartoony. It's going to look ridiculous. And it does. Like, it looks so crazy. But yeah, so I'm just finishing up adding a couple more little touches here. I forgot to add a trash can, so I had to go and add one in. I hate, oh my god, trash cans are like a struggle for me in The Sims. I don't know why. And then I ended up adding like a light over here, which I think looks really cool. And I did go in with my sim and add lights to like the exterior of the house because I thought that would make it look nice and like magical, like fairy magical and stuff. Oh, over here I tried another greenhouse and I didn't like it. And it was just kind of out of place and I just wanted to see what it would look like. So I did something different. I felt like the swing set was kind of stupid because there's not enough room to have kids in this house. And so I felt like it was dumb to have the swing set. So I just wanted to add some other kind of decoration here, which is what this like fountain and is that a pergola? I don't know what that's called. Awning kind of deal is, and I made it cute by landscaping it and stuff. And I did end up adding a little bit of a fence in the back, just kind of to frame the background of this lot. But I don't show it because I wasn't recording whenever I did it. It's like later on. But yeah, so this is it. If you like this build, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to download it, it'll be in the gallery and I'll put a link below. If you want to see more from me, please subscribe. I am going to be doing more on the Harry Potter series, so stay tuned for that. And thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye.